140. The great Kenny Thomas. Kenny, fresh off of All-Star Weekend, I know you were in Salt Lake. What was the atmosphere like out there?
And well, first off, morning. What's up, fellas?
How
Thanks
are
for
you?
having me. I appreciate you both.
We're not going to come at you the way Dave does. You're going to get the respect you deserve during this interview.
See, what's nice is that I go right back at Dave. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, it's
that's
so
one
easy.
of the things
He's an
we
easy
do,
target, right?
Yeah, especially how Dave always talks that bleep, bleep, bleep. But
Mhm.
at the same time, you just got to roll with the punches, man.
No, for sure.
All-Star Weekend was great, man. There was a company that flew me out that's actually based in Salt Lake City called Rain. It was a great weekend. I was able to go to Reverend Jesse Jackson function that is called Rainbow Push Sports, and I was able to be on the panel with some good people, and it was live streamed, and I was able to go to Vivek's brunch.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
good
I was in
spread.
there with the big dogs, man,
Good
and the
spread.
spread was nice. Had some chicken and waffles and an omelet station, and the mimosos were
Oh,
killer.
oh. Did we
But
have a heavy hand on that pour when those mimosas were going
no,
down?
man, I'm on TV now. You know
Hey,
how
now.
that goes. Hey, I gotta watch this figure. I dropped a little bit more weight too, so I gotta drop some more. You know how
Yeah,
that
no,
goes.
you got to
But
get sexy for TV, Kenny.
yeah, Shaq was in there. Rich Paul said, "What's up, man?" It was real nice, the love that I received in there, and it's a blessing to still be recognized, especially since it's been a while. And being on TV's helped with that situation, but it's been nice.
Did you get to take in any of the NBA festivities? Did you go to the game itself, All-Star Saturday?
Actually, I did not. I actually
Good
went
for you.
to. I went to. Yeah, I've been there, done that, man, a couple
Yeah.
times. But next year's probably going to be different. I went to the NBA that hosted the HBCU game, Southern Prairie
Oh, nice.
Grambling, and I was able to actually Rain provided lunches for the team, the Grambling team. So I was able to talk to those kids. I actually popped that on my IG. Great group of guys. Was able to see them. But at the same time, was able to see Jesse Jackson on the sideline. Dwayne Wade was there. Gabrielle Union was there. It was a nice little crowd of people, but they were courtside, man. I was just in the stands like a regular person. You know what I'm saying?
We got to get courtside Kenny going next year for sure.
Here's my question for you, Kenny. I've talked to 3 former Kings over the years who've told me this is true. I still have a hard time believing it. You tell me if this is true coming out of the break. Jim Jackson once told me this. Harold Presley said, yes, that's true. And Tank Thompson said, yeah, absolutely. They all said that coming out of the All-Star break for an NBA player, you feel like you have a few days off. You feel like you've never touched a basketball before. And I was like, come on. They all said it. What's it like? How difficult is it to get back into things as a player after you've had your All-Star break?
Man, that's a great question. It having a few days off and not actually touching the ball from that perspective, you can be a little off, right? That's why during the season, it's not good for guys to have long stretches in between games. It coming back, it might take a couple days. That's why getting in the gym a couple days before you actually play and getting up and down the court could be huge because come tomorrow when the Kings play Portland, which I have that game tomorrow, it's going to be interesting to see how they come out, if they're going to come out with a lot of energy, if they're going to come out flat. But I'm hoping they come out with a lot of energy.
Former Sacramento King, current Kings broadcaster Kenny Thomas joining us from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Kenny, I was really looking forward to this morning because we've talked a lot about all the trades that were made in the Western Conference and all this influx of new talent that's coming into these teams.
Yeah.
You were traded midway through the season from Philly to Sacramento in a situation where you guys were making a playoff run. How difficult is that in the middle of a season, not just for the players, but for the team in general, to acclimate new guys into their system and find chemistry when you're at a point in the season, you're not practicing a lot, and you only got so many games to work with?
So I got traded twice from Houston to Philly. I was devastated. I woke up one day, I was getting ready for the game, and I got the call from Rudy Tomjanovich that I got traded. That was it was a shock to me. Then the next time I got traded for, like you said, from Philly to Sac, it was one of those things to where I was coming to Sac, like being a part of the Maloofs, and the Maloofs being from Albuquerque. I had to say their names because they were a part of my process. it's one of those things to where you have to figure out how do you come out with that energy, especially after the fact that the Kings only have about 25 games left. So they have to come out with some kind of energy and passion, right? To help them determine to be able to get over the hump. And I think that's going to start with a lot of energy. And basically, they just got to come out and actually focus, even though that the Kings really didn't add anybody like that, right? To where that's playing a lot of minutes. They got the young fella from the Brooklyn Nets, but he's not probably going to make an impact this year. I think they already have the core of what they're going to go with right now. But I think the chemistry is already there with the Kings, especially on the offensive end. But it needs to transfer over to the defensive side to where they're lacking a little bit as far as communicating and being on the same string.
And I was kind of wondering, though, this is why I really wanted your perspective. Like, take a team like the Clippers who are adding 4 new players, and one of those players is a Russell Westbrook. How difficult is that to get all those guys acclimated in such a short amount of time and develop that chemistry? It just seems like that can be extremely difficult at this point of the season to develop.
You did ask me that question, and I didn't answer it.
Oh,
so
you're good.
Thanks for coming back to it. I feel like you asked me a couple of different things, but that is huge. Russell, he's one of those guys that the last couple of years he's been traded a couple of times, and where he's gone, there hasn't been a fit, right? But sometimes that happens. Different personalities, different guys coming to a new team. It's hard to adjust. But I think the addition to that he adds to the Clippers is going to be totally different because I feel like he's going to have to get in where he fit in because of the 2 guys that's there, PG-13 and Kawhi, right? To where those are the 2 guys that's the focal point. But if Westbrook could come out and obviously shoot the ball and actually attack the way that he does, I think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with because they're right. I think a couple spots right there with the Kings, right behind the Kings. So I think between KD with the Suns, that's going to be huge because they're right there. They're going to make a huge push because KD, I feel like he's one of the best guys in the NBA right now, top 2 guys. And then Booker and CP13. So,
sorry, apologize.
No,
Kenny,
you're good.
Yeah, Kenny Thomas with us on Sactown Sports 1140. I want to ask you about a poll that somebody took over the AllStar Weekend, and I think they asked like 22 players. Who's the biggest trash talker in the league right now? Patrick Beverley actually got one more vote than Draymond, which was a bit of a surprise. I know Domantas Sabonis said everybody talks trash now. He says everybody does it. So I wanted to ask you, who would you say was the biggest trash talker in the league when you were playing?
Oh, my goodness.
And do you know, I mean, has it, as far as you can tell, is it more now where more and more players are trash talking than ever before?
I think when I was playing, it came down to, I felt like when people were trying to trash talk to me, they were trying to get in my head. And if I didn't really do that like that, but it was the vets that tried to get in my head. And you look up to those guys, and then next thing you know, you have an opportunity to play with them. So that kind of affected me to a certain extent. But they also had to reckon with me too when I was on the court. So man, it's one of those things to where it kind of just happens. But I would say the guys that trash talk back in the day, like Rasheed Wallace. But he's a great guy, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me see who else.
You played against Gary Payton, right?
That's my guy. I was with him. I saw him over AllStar Weekend. He actually came to Albuquerque, New Mexico for me for my basketball camp, like back in the day. But great guy.
I heard KG used to like to talk a lot too.
Oh yeah, that's a good one because I used to guard him.
What did he ever, like, how disrespectful would he get?
He got pretty disrespectful. and I felt like he was just in his zone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it because to a certain extent he was taking himself to the next level, and I respect that. But once again, he had to guard me too. So you need to look up some numbers I had against KG too.
That's a former defensive player of the year used to put up numbers on. Yeah. Okay, real quick before we go, because I love this conversation. Was there anybody that was always chirping that you're like, dude, why are you talking? Like, you have no room to be out here chirping.
Oh my goodness, you try to put me on blast, bro.
No, I'm trying for you to put someone on blast.
Yeah,
so that I can run with it.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's not going to come back on me.
Kenny, you gonna fall for the okie doke? I don't think so. I don't think so. But I will say this. My mentor, Magic Johnson, he was watching some of these videos and things that have come out lately with all the different things. Like, he was the one that was always talking crap, man.
But Magic had room to back it up.
Exactly. I don't have that kind of room. You see how I went the other direction with that, right?
I like that. Good answer. Dude, Whitey, that is
no look pass right there.
This is a now seasoned media personality we're dealing with. I can't get one by him anymore.
Well played.
No.
Kenny, man, always enjoy these conversations every Wednesday. When are you going to be on the broadcast next?
Tomorrow. So I got the Portland game. I got the next 7 games. So
okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully a little 7-game win streak for the Kings in that time.
Man, why you laugh, bro?
I didn't laugh.
Why you laugh?
Nobody's laughing.
You laughing like you think it's not possible?
No,
you
I
said
know
that
it's possible.
comment and then you started laughing.
No. You're misreading me now. I'm also a seasoned media personality. You can't blast me like that. That was a smile with a chuckle of joy of when they do win 7 straight.
Man, thank God this is radio because people on TV would have ran with that.
Oh, people on TV can see it. Hey, go to YouTube right now. You can see it all day on TV. Quickly, Kenny, shout out your IG as well. I know you got a lot of good stuff from AllStar Weekend up there that people can go see.
Oh, yeah. Please follow me, Kenny Thomas NBA. I got a lot of different things going. I got my wine about to launch. I got a lot of different things I'm doing in New Mexico to come. I know this is Sac, but at the same time, I'm looking at doing some stuff with City Year here in Sacramento, a nonprofit, and at the same time, just growing and building.
Dude, you're the best. Every Wednesday, you can catch him at 9 a.m. Kenny Thomas, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Kenny.
Kenny, have a great call tomorrow night.
Appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one. Thank you.
All
have a blessed day.
That is the great Kenny Thomas. Kenny's always fun to get on with. He's still on there. He knows what time it is. We're going to break down a few of the things he talked about next, especially, in difference of opinion than me and you and Russell Westbrook going to the Clippers. We'll talk about that more on Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports goes 100.